Hello Cajun Keto family, it's a beautiful day down here in South Louisiana. My name is Barry and I am the Cajun Keto Chef. Today we have probably one of my favorite dishes, and that's a gumbo, but we're going to make it a finger food for you today. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to show y'all this. We're going to rock and chop and let's hit the kitchen. All right, we are back in the kitchen. Let's go over the ingredients of the authentic gumbo egg rolls. So let's knock this out. Right here we have 1 tablespoon of your choice of oil. I'm using avocado oil. 2 teaspoons of a Cajun seasoning. I am using Cajun 180, Cajun Gold. I'm going to leave a link below to show you how to get a 10% discount off of that, as well as the Swamp Dragon hot sauce, and it is the bourbon, the dark bourbon. We're using 1 teaspoon of that. And as far as the meat, very simple. 1 cup of chicken, 1 cup of andouille, and as far as the Trinity, the Holy Trinity, we're using 1 cup of that. And the last ingredient is 4 ounces of cream cheese. All right, so let's rock and chop and let's hit the stove. All right, the first ingredient obviously is the oil, and I'm using avocado oil. And I got my cast iron skillet, and that is a Griswold cast iron skillet. It's an antique. I've been using these for years. It's almost like cooking on a non-stick skillet. It's beautiful. If you have a chance, you might want to try one of these out. So I got it on medium right now, and we're going to add the oil. All right, the next ingredient is 1 cup of the Holy Trinity that we call here in Louisiana. So we're going to get that. We're going to caramelize it for a few moments. As you can see, it's caramelized. That's going to give so much depth of flavor to our meal here. So we're going to add the meat. And we're probably going to cook this down for about maybe 10 minutes. And if you notice, the Trinity is starting to look beautiful on the meat. That's going to bring a lot of flavor into the chicken and the sausage. And also, as it cooks, the andouille sausage is going to also expel a little bit of grease to the dish. It's probably going to take about maybe 10 minutes to cook this down at the most. Okay, can y'all see how beautiful this looks? It's been cooking for about 10 minutes. We are ready for the next ingredient, which is the cream cheese. And I reduced the heat down to about a low, just to melt this cream cheese a little bit. If I can get it all off of there. So we got about 4 ounces of cream cheese in there. And we're gonna melt this down for a few moments. It'll probably take 2 or 3 minutes for this to melt into the meat and the Trinity. And then we'll add our last ingredient, which is the seasonings and the hot sauce. The next ingredient is one of my favorites, and that is Swamp Dragon hot sauce. We're using a rum sauce, and we're gonna knock out 1 teaspoon of that in there, and 2 teaspoons of the Cajun 180 Cajun Gold. Also, both of these you can look below, and there's a promo code for a discount, so check us out on that. All right, so that is gonna elevate the flavors of our gumbo mixture for the egg rolls here. I promise you, if you could only smell this, I'm telling you what, the Cajun spirits have blessed us, and when you knock this one out, the Cajun spirits are gonna bless y'all as well. So we are ready. We're gonna let this cool off before we start wrapping, and that will be the next step. All right, so we are in the last step here. We are going to roll these wrappers here, and if you notice, we have a whole bunch of wraps over here. Go check out my video. It's very simple. It's only like a 3-minute video. I'm gonna teach you how to do that. It is so easy. So we're gonna put a little over a tablespoon per wrap for the egg roll wrappers. So what we wanna do is we wanna make sure that we have it pretty tight. And one other thing, the mix right here is cool. If you do it too hot, it's gonna go ahead and kind of mess up the wrapper. So we got it going here. We're gonna wrap it up as tight as we can, fold in the sides, and look at that, my friends. It's ready for the frying pan here in a moment. So you wanna go ahead and kinda, if you notice around the edges, a little bit of pocket there, we wanna go ahead and squinch that in and make sure it's fine. And we are ready. That's what it takes. So we're gonna go ahead and roll them up and start frying. All right, now we're getting ready to fry these little suckers. I'm gonna do 3 at a time, because if you do too many, it's gonna drop the temperature and you're not gonna get that crisp egg roll wrapper crisp enough. So we're gonna do 3 at a time. We got it at 325. And we are ready to throw them in the skillet. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And let me tell you this, you do not want to overcook these. Everything's cooked inside. All we're doing is trying to make the egg roll wrapper crisp, and it only takes maybe a minute. So whatever you do, don't overdo it. If you do, you're gonna have a real dark brown wrapper. And I like to toss them around a little bit to make sure they don't sit on the bottom and get too brown there as well. All right, you can see a nice, beautiful golden brown color. That's where we need to be. Oh my God. Look at that. That is beautiful. All right, we're gonna go ahead and knock out these few that we have left, and then we're gonna go outside and chow down. All right, we are done. Look at this beautiful dish right here. A gumbo, egg roll, appetizer. Have you ever freaking seen anything like this? Nope, you haven't. So let's go ahead and get a crunch of a bite in my dipping sauce. It's a roux dipping sauce. Go check out my gumbo recipe, and I promise you, once you get a taste of this, you'll knock your socks off. So, crunchy. The egg roll is crunchy. The cream cheese and the Trinity and the meat, the chicken and the andouille all together with the seasonings of the Trinity. Oh my God. I know it's an appetizer, but I promise you, we're gonna make this a meal. They're that freaking good. Anyway, we love y'all all. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and be a part of my family. I love y'all all. Goodbye.